Hello, everybody. Today we have a 1980 Les Paul Standard. Awesome guitar, and it sounds as awesome as it looks. This thing rips. These pickups sound great, and we've been tasked to remove, or I guess we're gonna remove this pickup so we can identify the model of it. The owner had a hard time pulling the pickup ring off to do that, and I kind of went in here and checked here and kind of already started these to loosen them, and they're loosening up. So he couldn't get these loose. He said they were seized, but I managed to get these to turn. So we're going to clean this up, restring it. We're gonna remove the bridge pickup and identify it for the customer. We're going to replace the knobs back with the original knobs using the knob puller tool that you can get on the website, as well as a couple other products. And we are also going to swap the other strap button, which was this black one, an aftermarket, and put on the original, which is this one. I did one already to make sure I didn't have to resize the holes, but these fit, even though the screws for this aftermarket one is like ridiculously long. These still fit in the same hole. So I addressed that so I could contact the customer about it essentially before I started filming this. So again, this is these streams are not so much a how-to or like a demonstration or a show and tell. This is more of an opportunity to come in on the chat and start a conversation about guitars, music, ask me questions. They could be, as long as they're music or like guitar related, the work I do in terms of the store or luthier work or even like musical questions. I'll do my best to answer this, but this is basically kind of like a streaming conversation. And in the meantime, I get to work on, in this case, a pretty cool guitar. So I'm gonna start by swapping the other strap button down here. Slide this a little bit to get the screwdriver here. The customer he brought this to me to set up, and really it does not need to be set up. It plays great. It's intonated. His concern was that the tailpiece was too high, that it needed to come down more, and it doesn't. Even though it is like higher than normal, it's set just right because it's pretty low and it still doesn't touch the back of the bridge. If it were any lower, it would hit the back of the bridge, and that's no good. I'm going to hold this weird so I can back this screw out of here. I guess I can be thankful that I don't have to plug these holes that the original strap buttons fit. Let me remove this comically long screw. Most people don't play metal. This one's going to need to be plugged. This one's not grabbing like it should. If he wants the original strap buttons, that's going to have to be plugged. So this just turned into plugging and drilling. Fun. I don't want to reuse the black screw and not use the original hardware. I'm actually gonna just have to I'll do the other stuff and I'll have to address that later. Maybe I'll do that in like a part 2 or something. Let me do the rest of the work because that will have to be plugged. I'm gonna have to notify the customer to see what he has to do on that, but the rest I can do. This one fit just fine. It's in there. Knob puller tool, just a little feet slide underneath, a little ring comes down. Carefully pull up, removing the old knobs. This one had 3 tone knobs for some reason. Yeah, 3 of these say tone. That's hilarious. Clean it up around here since the knobs are off. Make sure they're on tight. The screws for the nuts for the potentiometer. Turn all these at 10 so I can make the little 10 say 10 when it's at 10. Guess we'll do it like that. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Went on pretty easy. This slid on pretty easily, except this one. May have to swap a couple. That doesn't just slide on like it should. There we go. That fits better there. Buzzing. Next is change the strings, and then we'll clean up. Oh, and then remove the bridge pickup. Hopefully soften this blow when this comes off. I'll do it a string at a time. Cut this. That just pulls on out. We're going with the set of Diodario NYXL 10 to 46. We do not sell these on the website. We are not currently a Diodario dealer. They really wound these like a lot around the machine head. It's like they got every penny out of the strings they paid for. See? It was wound like 4 or 5 times around. I can understand why he wants to know what kind of bridge pickup's on here, because this thing rips. It's like really hot. Like a lot of output on this guitar. That's typically Les Pauls anyway. The Gibson pickups are great. A lot of sustain too. Don't have to wrap it that many times. In fact, I think the more unnecessary wraps you have, the more it could contribute to it going out of tune. However, sometimes, in some cases, it's good to put a lot of wraps on it because it helps make the break angle better from the nut. However, on a Les Paul, they have this very steep angle here on the headstock. It does that kind of automatically on its design. Well, I don't know why they had to wind it so much. God, it's like they didn't even cut the string at all. That's crazy. I'm not gonna do that much. Knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't contribute to like it buzzing because of the break angle. But I think it'll be fine. All right, now with that off, get these strings out of the way. We're gonna remove the bridge pickup and then snap a photo of it and then send it to the customer. He's a good customer of mine. He brings in a lot of really nice guitars. I've had the privilege to play a lot of cool instruments that this guy's had. And this is another one of them. This is a nice Les Paul. And the case, I'm going to try to show you all the case too. It's the cool 80s plastic case. I think it's cool at least. I've already loosened these a little bit because I wanted to try before I film myself stripping them. But they all came out. They all loosened pretty easily. Easy does it on these. These are kind of rusted, but they're coming out. They're different lengths for sure. Take a peek under here and see what we have exactly. He's already removed the neck pickup. He sent me a picture of that one. It's loose. Let's pull it up. Don't have much slack on that wire. Just enough to get this turned to where I can identify it. It'd be hard to, I don't want to twist it too much on the camera, but I got it up to where I can at least get a photo of it for him. Let me snap this picture for them. Do it like this. On the pickup, it has a date, April 30th, 1980, and then it has a patent number, 10 number 2,737,842. Cool. Yeah, definitely an 80s Gibson. Says it on the bottom of the pickup. Let me send this to him. If you have any comments or questions or anything, hit up the chat. Oh, we got that picture. And then gently wipe around where this ring kind of goes. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. This has like a nice playwear patina on it. And then on the back, which I forgot to show y'all, there's a lot of like a buckle rash on this. So this is definitely a player grade. And this one's been well played. And I can see why, because it's sounds amazing. Let me carefully get this back in here. Boom, there we go. We're back in business. Didn't want to go. Came out, has to go back in. Clean this little bit of smudge here. There we go. Screw it back down. Looks a lot better with the original knobs, I feel. And not having 3 labeled tone knobs. Here we go, cinch this down.
Oh, he's right now.
I think my customer's calling, so I'm gonna finish the rest of this in a part 2. See y'all on part 2.